Hey guys, what's happening? Welcome back. Today's Tuesday, August 15th, and I'm going to run through a watch list analysis for today. So let's just pull up the watch list here. So I ran back what we did yesterday. We had a pretty good day yesterday. SPY didn't really cooperate. And what I mean by that is it didn't really trigger at all. But we had some decent wins on some of the other ones. Um, it's what I like to call an average day yesterday. But average is above average. So we had more wins than losses yesterday, for sure. So today we had an amazing day. So on top of this video covering the watch list, I'm also going to do a short video and show you a play we did. I think it was not even, it was less than 15 minutes long, probably closer to 10 minutes long. But it was an easy 30% win, kind of textbook type of play that this video might run a little bit long, so I'm going to break that down into a second video, though. And that was on SPY. But again, we ran back what we did yesterday. Yesterday worked, and it worked even better today. I keep trying to tell you guys about this, playing this system. And I mean, it's been nothing but above average results since we started. So that being said, we ran back SPY, QQQ, Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Meta, SMCI, PayPal, and Amazon. And again, guys, we don't have any bias in this. You know, I don't. I try not to think about which way which way I think it's going to go. I don't really care which way I think it's going to go. I'm just going to go whichever way it goes. And that's how you can have success. You literally take buys out of it, say, okay, let's look at these two levels here, and then whichever level that it breaks to, you play it. Perfect example of how it works almost perfectly today. Excuse me. So let's start with SPY. We'll go right down the line as usual. So SPY 5 minute chart calls over excuse me 448.50, puts under 444.50. As you see, we didn't get even close to the call side, but we trigger to puts here, entry here, and you made maybe 10 to 20%, maybe a little more on that play. If you went for a home run here, you ended up stopping out. And then re-entering, maybe stopping out again, re-entering, maybe picking up another 15, 20-ish percent here. Again, you could have taken profits or stopped out, small profits, break even, whatever it may be if you were going for this home run, which actually happened as we retested here at about 2:45 this afternoon. So as you can see, we retested here, so your entry would have been here on this candle or the next, and you would have rode that down for more than 50% profits, I would say. So another really good day. Well, yesterday wasn't a really good day. Yesterday was kind of a day that we didn't really trigger. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, well, I can't show you what I'm talking about because I moved the line. So, but even here, you can kind of see we stayed in between. We didn't trigger on any of these levels. So, another good day for SPY puts. QQQ. QQQ was a little bit more complicated. It didn't quite have quite as much success as SPY today. It was still somewhat successful. I mean, there's a 20% play right there. Again, maybe you stopped out. You can see these kind of move the same. Here, maybe a 10% play. Maybe you stop out. Here, maybe you stop out, and then here, maybe a 50-ish% play. So again, very similar to SPY, no surprise there. And but maybe not quite as good as SPY today. So, but both really good, solid days on SPY and QQQ. And then Apple, no surprise again. SPY QQQ Apple chart looks pretty damn similar. So you had your trigger here. You had puts or calls over 180, puts under 178, and we triggered here. We entered there, and you rode for again 20%. Same type of deal here. You might have stopped out here if you entered. Maybe you made 10 to 15% here, another 20% here, and then maybe about 50% again for here. No real shocker that SPY, QQQ, and Apple charts look very, very similar. Microsoft was did what SPY did yesterday. It didn't really trigger at all. I mean, maybe you entered here for calls. You had calls over 324.75, puts under 321. We never triggered to the put side. To the call side, yeah, maybe you entered here, maybe made a few bucks up here, maybe you ended up stopping out. You probably didn't enter on any of these. I wouldn't necessarily call that a win. I wouldn't call it a loss either. So it's pretty void there on Microsoft. Again, you did have the potential to possibly win maybe 10% or so, or lose possibly 10% or so, or anything in the middle of that. But that's as draw as it gets, in my opinion. So void. Tesla, another big winner for us today. So again, you're triggering here, you're staying in the play, even though you're probably a little shook over here. If you're going over, if you have a tighter stop loss for whatever reason for that day, or maybe you just play it safer and you end up exiting here, I don't blame you. You really shouldn't because you don't actually have a candle close. But if you're staring at 20% loss, you don't want to take a bigger loss. I completely understand that. You could always re-enter. That's what I'm trying to get through you guys' heads. So again, as it falls back under, you can re-enter. So maybe you take that. Maybe it wasn't 20%, but let's say it was. You made it back over here. Not only that, but it retested, and you made close to 100% gains on Tesla today. So even if you played it a little on the safer side, so Tesla, big winner. Meta, this one was another winner, obviously. 25% winner here, something like that. If you got in on this retest, maybe you made a few bucks here, maybe you stopped out here, maybe you made another 10% or so, maybe you held on, stopped out. It got a little weird over here. But then eventually, pretty much after this candle, it was smooth sailing. So after this candle here, we never went back above our target line, which is obviously bearish, and you stayed in. And had you stayed in from anywhere over here, you made good money on this drop here. So another nice winner on Meta. No losers yet, by the way. SMCI. So this one never triggered to the call side. We have calls over 271, puts under 264. So you triggered here, entry on this candle, and you made maybe 25% or so on that drop. Maybe you stopped out over here. Maybe you made a little money, stopped out, made a little money. It kind of went a little bit back and forth towards the end of the day. But all these are, even this, especially the one at the end of the day, obviously, when tech just took a shit. There's definitely money to be made it here. Even keeping these tight stop losses. Like, Here, let me point out and tell you what I'm talking about. So on here, so we triggered here. Technically, we had a close at 263.98. So it closed under 264. Technically, that is an entry point. And then if you entered here, you likely stopped out and you maybe lost a few bucks. I mean, really small loss. Um, but again, that shouldn't discourage you from getting back in when it triggers again on this candle close, entering here and making all that money back and then some. SMCI was maybe not as big of a winner as this has been on fire for like the past 2 weeks, by the way, to the put and the call side. So a winner, but not. It wasn't like PayPal. I'll put it that way. Check out PayPal. Calls over 63.50, puts under 62.50. We triggered here and we never looked back. We just tanked to huge gains on PayPal today. It is down. It is at 59.50 now. So a huge drop on PayPal today. This might have been probably our biggest winner on PayPal. I think we had something like 200 or 300% gains on this one. If you got in at 940, just go look at the contracts. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. The contracts that were at the money were up from 940 on, which is, again, this candle we triggered at 935. Okay, so your entry is somewhere at 940. And then if you go look at the contracts, go look at the price from 940 to where it is now at close. Where, I mean, they're up at over 300%. Most of them, some of them more. So that was our biggest winner today. And then let me not forget about Amazon. Amazon was also a decent winner here. So we had calls over 141, puts under 139.25. So we triggered on this candle. Let me make sure I'm not lying up. And technically we didn't trigger on this candle. Technically we triggered on this candle. So entry here, and again, you made money, good money on Amazon puts today. So guess what I'm doing tomorrow? I'm running these motherfuckers back, man. You know, you don't change up what you're doing in the middle of a hot streak. So we're going to run this back, and we're going to make a ton of money again. So I threw this out to the free group today. The free group, if you didn't take advantage, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You're going to have to wait for another 2 weeks to do it again. But this is what you missed out on. You missed out on good money. So you can lead a horse to drink water, but you can't make him drink, right? But there was a lot of money made today on these options. And this was one of our better days here. So let's do it again tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys, your support. If you like the content, want to see more of it, like and subscribe, and leave any comments. What do you like about the video? What don't you like? If there's stocks you want me to look at or cover, throw them in the comments. You know, as you can see, I kind of, if you've been following my videos, you'll notice that I follow pretty much these stocks, you know, the big seven, and then I'll throw in some others that I'm looking at. But you don't need to play the 500 stocks in the S&P or, you know, the other thousands of stocks in the stock market in order to make money. I'm showing you can consistently make money with, you know, what is this, 7, 8, 9 stocks? And even less than that, really. You need one. You need SPY or QQQ. And I'm going to show you that in the next video. So if you like this video and you want to see what we did and how we made money on this drop right here today, go ahead and watch our next video. Thanks for watching, guys.